Hey everybody, I'm Dawn, and this is my little corner of the world. And today I'm going to share with you a little library book sale haul. First, I would like to do a little bit of backstory. I've been an avid reader my whole life and an avid library user most of my life. There was a time there when I was buying books. I had more of a disposable income for that. And then I moved a couple of times in my mid-20s. And I got so tired of lugging those books around. I wasn't rereading books anymore because I was finding new books to read. So I sold a lot of them and I donated a lot of them. And then when I moved in with my now husband, there wasn't a lot of good places to put a bookshelf, so I just quit buying books really. Now that we moved into this house in February of 2019. We have some space for bookshelves. I don't have a disposable income, but I can get a few books here and there. Hence why it's a library book sale haul. I don't buy new books. I almost exclusively buy pre-loved, gently used books from a couple different places. There's a couple libraries around here that have a one-off, one time a year sale, and I'll go there. There's a couple of libraries that have an ongoing book sale section, and then we have a used bookstore in our town, and I'll trade books in and get credit and buy books from her. Every once in a while I'll buy a new one or I'll be gifted one, and I still use my library 95% of the time, which I highly recommend. I like to buy the gently loved, pre-loved used books because, I mean, for the environment, one, and for my pocketbook, two. So yeah, and I also really like the hunt going into a used section and finding those hidden gems, which is what I did today. I will show you what I got, and then you can guess how much I spent. So all of these books I've read before. Typically how I've been building up my personal at-home library is I am buying books that I thought were 5-star, maybe 4-star, or really enjoyed, and that I could see myself potentially rereading again. I mean, I read a lot, so I don't really reread very often anymore, but I kind of want someone to be able to look at my bookshelf and be like, that's Dawn. That's who she is. That's what she's into. So lately, in the last year and a half, I've been buying books that I've already read. Every once in a while, I'll find something that I haven't read but that I've been wanting to, and it's $1. I'll snatch it up. Because I go to my used bookstore and I can turn books in for credit. If I didn't love it, I can turn it in and get credit for another one. So let's start off with the biggest find, and I don't think I can hold them all up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if these are in order. Diana Gabaldon's Outlander, the Outlander series. The only one I'm missing is the very first one, Outlander. I don't know if you can tell, but these are in great condition, because typically when you have a paperback, there's big creases and it's worn, or there's just a tiny bit there, but it's such a good condition. I like the size for a book this thick because it's easier to hold it, and I love this series. I have read them all twice. I'm waiting for her newest one. Yeah, so I really have wanted to own these for a long time because it's one of my favorite. I don't read series either very often, but I've read this one twice. So the next paperbacks I have are both historical fiction. Beneath the Scarlet Sky by Mark Sullivan, and Carnegie's Maid by Benedict. This is World War II Italy. This is turn of the century, Carnegie's Maid, like Andrew Carnegie. I've read them both. I really, this one was like a 10 out of 10, and this one was like a 4. I loved it. And again, can you tell, like, the condition is phenomenal. So I had to snatch this one up. And this one too, especially on a darker cover, you can really tell the wear. There's none. It's like such a good, I don't mind if a book has some wear and tear, because to me it tells a story that it was loved and someone enjoyed it and couldn't wait to finish it. And so books don't have to be brand new for me. I'm also not big on being like a booktuber, a booktuber, or a bookstagrammer, or whatever you call that, because I think they are a little unhealthy. I think it's like they're acquiring just to acquire. I'm not about that. I try to be very aware of what I'm getting. So the next 4 are hardback, 2 fiction and 2 nonfiction. The first is Kristin Hannah's The Nightingale. This was like a 10 out of 10 for me as well. I read this, gosh, like when it very first came out, 2015. So yeah, I probably read it like as soon as it came out. And I just didn't own it. It is a library copy, but that doesn't bother me. And I actually, for the most part, I used to work in a library, so I know how to take these things off. This one is underneath the plastic cover, which is fine. And I also like hardback from the library because they've already they've laminated and they've attached it, so it's not going to come off and get all janky, and it's not going to get in my way. Sorry, it's my son. This is one I read in, I believe it was January. I read a pre-pub, an ARC, of Finding Dorothy by Elizabeth Letts. This is a novel of Frank L. Baum, who wrote the Wizard of Oz, as well as like Judy Garland making the movie. So it's kind of like it's dual timeline, it's historical fiction. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. Was it this year or was it last year? I'm sorry. I read so heavily that sometimes I can't remember like when I read things. 2019. So no, I read this at the beginning of last year in 2019 before it came out. And I loved it. And I also really liked this cover. I think they have since changed it and I don't like it. Again, really good condition. This one is not a library copy, so then you have all that jazz. I usually take that off when I read it. The next one is The Girls of Atomic City. It is the untold story of the women who helped win World War II. Again, I think I read this when it came out, working in a lab, 2013. Yeah, I think I read this quite soon. I really like Denise Kiernan's nonfiction. She's very good. Kind of reminds me of Catherine Bailey is a nonfiction author I really like. This is fascinating. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, all the people that were down there working, especially majority of them were women and Black people. There's also a fictionalized version of this setting called The Atomic City Girls. It was okay. I actually prefer the nonfiction. And this one is called A Higher Call, an incredible true story of combat and chivalry in the Wartorns Guise of World War II by Makos. I read his other book, Spearhead, an American Tank Gunner, first. I read that one first. I think that's his second book. Holy hell, that book was amazing. So I knew I wanted to read this one. I actually got this from my library not too long ago, and it was another 5-star for me. So I just want to own it because I really enjoyed this author. So that is what I have from my local library bookstore, like book sale, not bookstore. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bear with me as I'm starting this adventure of filming. I really want to get back into it. I used to have a makeup channel. And you can guess now down below how much I paid for all of this. Go ahead. Are you ready? $6.75. I told her just to make it an even 7. All these books for $7. I call that the deal of the century, and that makes them even better. right? Like, even though they're used, $7 for all these books, I think it's a steal. Let me know if you were right on your guesses. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.